I am so glad you're back. You're sharing part of your day with me. Thank you for coming. My name is Mark Kistler. Hello, hello, hello. And this is our Can Professor Bill Learn to Draw in 30 Days. We are on day 12 of You Can Draw in 30 Days. This, as you probably know by this time of our 12th day, is Professor Bill and I started this project a year ago, and we're never giving up until we get 12. Now, this is a good life lesson. You don't have to have these sequentially, day 1, day 2, day 3, literally do the whole thing in 1 month. Obviously, it's taken us over a year. I just want you to get through the book. It doesn't matter if it takes you a week, a month, 6 months, or a year. I want you to go through it. I think that once you go through the book, now here I want to show you, this is the Chinese version. Isn't that cool? And we have different versions here, different languages. Isn't that fun? I don't have my Russian version or my French version, but I do have my English version. So we're going to do day 12 today. And here's a little art card. I am your teacher. That's a drawing I did. Some of my students are the ones who worked on Despicable Me and Kung Fu Panda and How to Train Your Dragon. We'll know, hopefully, after exploring imagination possibilities with me, pencil power possibilities, that who knows what kind of drawings and stories and what kind of projects you're going to undertake. Maybe you'll make your own animated movies. So today, lesson 12, day 12, constructing with cubes. We're not going to do exactly what's in the book. This is just an introduction to the book lesson. I want you to go to the book and discover how to draw that specific house, and discover how to use the 2-point perspective vanishing point system, how to put the shrubberies and the shingles on here and the tiles. And then we're going to do an advanced level next lesson. On this lesson, what we're going to do is take the same shape. I'm not going to have this shape facing this way. I'll turn it so it's different. I want to make sure everything that we do together here is different from the book, so you can still discover and explore with the book. So here we go. Let me get my camera up here. So here is my 30-day drawing challenge. Can Professor Bill learn how to draw in 30 days? And I say, oh yeah. Hey, Professor Bill. This is for you, buddy. He's our teacher. Here's my notes on Professor Bill. Professor Bill Reeves. He teaches at Neoma University in Rouen, France. And I want to make sure you friend me on Facebook. I want to make sure you share. Where's my little share button? Make sure you share on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. There's my notes for today. My 30-day drawing challenge. This is what we write every day, right? NGE. And this is day 12. Now, on this one, for constructing cubes, day 12, I'm going to vary light. I'm going to do puff clouds. I'm going to do a little different kind of. I'm going to do a little puff cloud here. Look, I'm going to use texture. I'm going to use texture on this one. See this? I'm using the idea from this book right here. In my Drawing in 3D book, you pick any letter. Like, let's say we pick the letter M, and for Martian, the manatee, the mouse, the macaroni, and then look, we have the lettering. See the different lettering. Puff cloud. We're going to do that right now. Then I have peeling, chiseled stone lettering, super 3D lettering, and block lettering. I have 5 different lettering types. This is a great book to get. It's like an idea. I wanted to name this Mark Kistler's Idea Encyclopedia, but the publisher had a different idea, as they usually do. All right. Now let's draw. I'm going to put texture here. And oh, by the way, please do purchase a copy of my You Can Draw in 30 Days. Would you? Would you? Huh? Would you? Would you? Would you? Hey, would you get 5 copies? Would you, please? I'm entertaining myself so much. You guys get some copies of the book, please, so you can share it with your friends and your family and give them as gifts. Thank you so much. I'm a working artist, an author, illustrator, and I sure appreciate when you buy my books. Thank you so much. Here, look, I'm going to use little circles. I want to just Let's make these letters really cool every time on your in your sketchbook. I hope you're using your sketchbook. Remember the tools that we use most: your pencil, your Stompy, your eraser, and your dusting brush to brush away the crumbs. These are the pencils I prefer. And Professor Bill had a really good question about why 9mm and why these pencils in particular. I have used hundreds, if not thousands, of different kinds of pencils. I love pencil. I love graphite. Ink is wonderful too, but I'm just a big fan of pencil. Day 12. And this is constructing with cubes. Constructing. Just after trial and error, I found that this one to be my absolute favorite, and I've been using exclusively this size pencil for 10 years now. I wish I should go get some kind of like credit, right? Hey, Pentel, give me a kickback from a percentage because I push these so much, but I don't. I'm just a big fan of these, and it's sharp. These are about $11-12 at Office Depot. Get a set of two. They're wonderful. You can refill them. They're just great. Make sure you get the HB lead. Okay, HB lead. And you can get different, you get a 5mm, you get a 7mm. I like the 9mm, 0.9. Look, I'm darkening down here. Constructing with cubes. That's what we're learning how to do. We're learning how to build a house with a cube. So now to warm this up, let's just draw some cubes going across here. Put two dots straight across from each other. Put your finger in the middle. Put a dot above and below, and draw the foreshortened square. Let's do it again. Put two dots straight across from each other. Put your finger in the middle. Let's do this real quickly. Draw the foreshortened square. On here, I just couldn't help myself. The light, of course, is always coming from the top right with me. You can switch it any way you want. Put two dots far apart, put your finger in the middle, put a dot above and below. We're just doing the practice, the warm-up. All right, so we have 3 cubes. Let's warm this up. Let's just make some cubes here. Vertical, 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 vertical. Middle line not shorter. Middle line has to be longer. Middle line's longer. That's placement, one of those 12 words. Remember, we talked about that a lot. We talked about that on day 11. We talked about the 12 Renaissance words plus 500 years equals the skill and the ability to draw in 3D. Here's one of them, very important. Placement near things are lower, and this goes further away. I talk more about this in the book, okay? I talk a lot about the science behind drawing this and all that text. You see that? I explain to you a lot. So if you have time, read the text with the drawing. I spent a lot of time putting that text in there, and I find out that maybe like 2% of the people who get my books actually read the book. They just draw it. Isn't that funny? So I spent all this time. The drawing takes 1/10 the time as all the text. Okay, that's not exactly right. It's about 50-50. All right, middle line's a little bit longer. Go uphill to the left. Go uphill to the right. But drawing's a visual medium, right? So that's all that's important. Hey, did I tell you to share this lesson? Share. That's such a cool little sign. Share the YouTube. All right, the sun's up here. We're going to continue the sun coming from the top right. So let's shade these 3 practice cubes. Near things lower, here's foreshortening. That's a squished square. Foreshortening. Foreshortening. Now let's break this down. Let's break this down into the elements that we're talking about. Now, if we go to the front of the book, see this? We talk about the ancient elements of drawing and how a cube is built up of smaller elements. The elements of drawing are not the cone, the sphere, the cube, and the cylinder. The elements are these fundamental words that I'm talking about. So let's break down. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's 12 Renaissance words. Here's the words. Let's draw a line here. Draw a line here and draw a foreshortened circle. That will be our identifying symbol for foreshortening from now on. Draw a line right here. Draw a circle and draw 3 lines. That's our symbol for shading. We'll get more into this in more advanced lessons. Here's shadow on the ground of this cube. Put shadow. Here's my symbol for shadow. Draw a line right here, and then here's shadow. Identifying that. It's 3 lines coming off the bottom of the sphere. So we can put these together like a molecule. So I know I've done this before. Let's do it again. We know that water is not an element of drawing, element of the planet of our world of life. Water is a molecule built up of smaller elements. So H2O, right? Water is built of hydrogen, right? And there's 2 oxygens, right? 2 oxygens. That's your symbol for there's 2 hydrogen and oxygen. Well, right here we have shading, shadow, foreshortening. Just kind of a fun visual, kind of showing you the chemical breakdown of a cube. Does that make sense? Is that kind of fun? So this is cool, shading, shadow. So and then here's a placement. The near point is lower. See that? That's my like a flower's lower and higher. So here's the equation for the cube. It starts with foreshortening, the most important. Foreshortening plus shading, right? Plus shadow plus placement equals your cube. Isn't that fun? Look at that. Your little. Now, what I do is I'll take a picture. For instance, in my high school classes, I'll take a drawing like of a famous painting. Let's say we're doing a Da Vinci or Rembrandt, and we'll have a print of it, and then I'll have the kids take yellow stickum notepads and put a yellow stickum next to where they see foreshortening in the picture, and then they'll put that symbol right on the picture. They'll take these little stickums and put them where they see shading and where they see placement and where they see all these words. It's a great way to learn. Does that make sense? You take it, and it's really cool. So you get an idea. You don't deface the painting. You always respect the images, but using the yellow stickum notepads to show background, horizon, shadow, shading. All right, well, let's get to constructing with cubes now. Day 12. I have so much fun creating these lessons for you folks. Now, we're going to do this opposite. In the book, for lesson 12, I'm coming over here. I'm making the doorway face down here to direction southeast. I want to turn it and have it go southwest, just to make sure that every drawing in the book is different from the drawings that we're doing together. Okay? So, let's go ahead and draw one big cube for our image for the lesson today. Put your finger in the middle. Put a dot above your finger. Put a dot below your finger. And we're going to draw a foreshortened box here. What do you think, Professor Bill? Are you loving it? You loving it? I'm still going to do a FaceTime today, a live FaceTime. What time is it here? Yeah, you know what? I am going to do a live FaceTime today. Just that every day. It doesn't matter. Just around 2 o'clock Central Time. That's my target time. Around 2 o'clock, a 10-minute Facebook Live is what I'm talking about. Okay, don't go straight across. Go uphill to the right. Go uphill to the left. And there's our box. I need to send Professor Bell a text right in the middle of this. I got to tell him, give him a heads up. Hold on a second here. Oh, I can't believe it. Well, you know what I should do before I send this. Here, we're going to go over here. Put a dot in the middle here and a dot in the middle here. Okay, I'm going to do 2 things at once. I'm teaching and I'm trying to send Professor Bell I have to go to, how do I get a hold of him again? I have to go to Facebook and send him a message. Where's Professor Bell? I can't get a hold of him. We're using airtime here. Where are you, Professor? There he is, Bill. All right, here we go. Okay, I'm going live in 30. All right, there. Now back to work. Thank you for your patience. Going uphill here. Look, as soon as I opened my phone, about 8 urgent business messages came. Oh, no, crisis. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, goodness gracious. I miss the days where I could just hang out and draw all day, you know. I think I spend, the actual time I spend drawing, when I've been in the business of art education, drawing, and my art prints and touring and blah, 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 for 43 years now, right? You check the math. I started when I was 15, and I'm 53. So, a long time, all right? Okay, look at, all right, see, now, between these 2 lines here, Now, what I find now after all these years is so much of my time is spent with administration between my agent, my staff, and my editors and publishers and my touring. And when I get down to drawing, it's so fun. I realize it's like I'm drawing this little shape. I go, oh, I like to draw. That's right. It's fun. I love to draw. I got to take my own advice. Draw every day. Can you believe that? I have to take my own advice. Okay, look at this. The middle line. We're going to turn this. I'm going to make the opening come this way. So I used a guide point in the middle here, a guide point in the middle here. I drew a guide line coming up. This side is smaller. Does that make sense? This is much smaller, and this is longer over here. We're going to make... Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky. Eventually, these things are going to go way off to a vanishing point. The vanishing point for these would probably be if we used... here's a ruler. See, the vanishing point would probably be way, way back here. See the vanishing point, if I kept this would be way back, far away. But we're not going to get into that yet. We're just going to use alignment. So, using this line, I'm going to draw this line not quite as steep. Okay, see this? Make sure it lines up. This is the tricky part. A lot of people, when they draw this line here, they make it stand too high up. Don't do that. Look at this line. Look at this line. Now, from this point here, look at this line, and it's going to be, this one will be even more slanted. Does that make sense? Even more slanted, just because it's further away. Now I'm going to make a little milk, one of these old-fashioned milk jugs. Remember we had these in school? Remember this? And this would be folded inside here. Do you remember that? Now, how did it go in here? I'm trying to remember. Did it come down like this? Let me just try to figure this out. I can't remember exactly, but I think it had some kind of a fold in here, right? Is that looking like it? Some kind of a little fold. And then it had a little straw. We're going to put a straw up here. Let's put a straw right here. Put a foreshortened circle. A little hole to punch out. Now, this is not exact. It doesn't look right, but it kind of looks cool, so I'm going to keep it. Even though it's not right, hey, it looks cool. See, visually, he's kind of... Oh, look at, aren't you handy. Look at, she pulled up, I'm showing you. Okay. Well, thank you. That's cool. Oh, I like that. See, we're doing that right there. We're doing a little milk thing right there. I'm going to put just a straw. Watch this. I'm going to put a little hole. Put a little thickness right here. See that little hole? Then I'm going to have a straw coming in here. A little straw. Then I'm going to have a little, look out, I have a little crazy straw. Watch. Look at the little crazy straw coming out here. See, having fun. And then a little foreshortened circle, taper it down. And then look, I'm going to have the straw kind of spilling milk. See, kind of dripping. Now, this will be fun. For a puddle, watch this. I'm going to draw a foreshortened circle. A foreshortened circle. Maybe another foreshortened circle. And I'm going to use that foreshortening to keep the puddle squished. This is the point of where you're trying to distort. Squish, squish, squish. Distort. Say that. Distort. Very important. Distort. Squish. Distort. Modify. So back here, I'm going to squish it. See this? And it's a larger. See what I'm going to keep it squished. So a lot of people want to do this. A lot of people do this when they draw the puddle. Okay? And then we're going to put some lines in it. It's cool. It just doesn't look squished enough. And just visually, you can tell there's just something a little off. And what is off is that they haven't squished enough. So, using my handy-dandy pencil that I need to click, 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 I'll just come in here. And I think see now this one right here. That's why we have an eraser. That's why I don't teach with Sharpie. There's hugely much more popular how to draw sites I know on YouTube. They drew wonderful, wonderful pictures, but they start with a Sharpie. Oh, don't start with a Sharpie. It doesn't give you any freedom to change. Once you have a Sharpie, you are locked in, baby. That's it. And you don't want to be locked in. You want to be creative and be able to erase and change and flow and adjust and modify. I'm going to put the letters here. Follow the guidelines. Look at the letters get large and small, right? They're larger here. Line it up. M-I-L. Look at L lines up. K. Now try to write something longer than that, and good luck. So we'll put our little milk. M-I-L-K. All right, here we go. Day 12. I'm so proud of you. We're not even halfway. We're almost there, though. Almost halfway. Okay. Good job. And you guys, way to go. M-I-L-K. Okay, a little milk going here. We just put that dark shadow around that foreshortened circle. Day 12, constructing with cubes. What a wonderful introduction. Check out, I think by the time you get to this, I should have my little Facebook Live 10-minute intro up there also. So you can do that one. And remember, you do get a copy of my book, please. You can draw in 30 days. Get several copies. Share them with friends. Order it from your favorite bookseller or online retailer. I want to shade this whole side here. And I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to put a little, follow this guideline here for the shadow. Oh, now to make this look more like water, watch this, just a couple reflections. Don't put the reflections from the edge right here. You're going to put it inside. And I'll tell you why eventually we're going to get to that. But watch where you put it. Don't come to the edge because it'll look like a canyon. Go like this, just a few on the edge right here, okay? Just a few vertical reflections. Vertical. All right. There we go. Excellent. Loved it. Shade, put a shadow. Excuse me. Now, let's use the stomp. Now, this is interesting. On the stomp, remember on the stomp, we're not blending this. This is a smooth tone, so I'm just smoothing it out. You can even use your finger to smooth it. I just want it to be one nice smooth tone. So I'm going to go like this on the whole side. This is a square object. It's not blended from dark to light. If it's a round object, it'll be blended. I think I'll put a little value at the top, little button here. And then I'm going to put a shadow. That's a guideline. So put a shadow on the ground. Let's look and see how it lines up here. Isn't that fun? And then, whoa, I didn't see how far over I was on the screen. Let me zoom that in. Now watch this. Put a little shadow down here to make that pop up. I'm having so much fun. It's hard to stop. I have no idea how long I'm making this. The idea was to make these like 12 to 15 minutes, and I've been averaging like 25 because I just can't stop myself. It's just so fun. I love it. Woo. Okay. And then look at, I can't stop. Put a little shadow under the straw. Wherever it overlaps, put a shadow. There's a good opportunity here to dip it in like a little palette. And then go ahead and give your straw the whole value. And definitely use this on the ground. Definitely use it on the ground here to make that the milk really pop out. I have a wonderful lesson called The Gingerbread Man. Gingerbread Man diving into a glass of milk. Look for that on YouTube. It's a really wonderful lesson. All right, well, there it is, day 12. I'm proud of you. Thank you for spending part of your day with me, day 12. Remember, grab your 17 copies of your You Can Draw in 30 Days book. Remember to subscribe to me on YouTube. Help me with my goal. I want to get 100,000 subscribers. Thanks, guys, for drawing with me, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 13.